Okay, so now we're going to layer our sponge. You want to make sure that it is mostly thawed. You don't want to do this with a cake that's frozen solid, but you do want it to be nice and cold. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take off the top here. Just trim it just a little bit. You don't want to take off half your cake, but you don't want to have the top there. So what I'm doing is I'm keeping the knife completely parallel to the cake wheel. And I'm just going to put my hand flat on top. That's super important that you don't curve your hand over the cake, because if your knife slips, you're going to cut yourself. So nice and flat. We're just going to take that big hump off the top. And I'm just going to keep turning the cake wheel and just moving my knife just a little bit. And then I'll match up back to where I started. The next thing we want to do is make sure that I took enough of the top off, which I didn't, so I'm going to take just a little bit more. The thing about cake is that you can always take more, but you can't put it back on. So make sure you go slow at the start. There we go. It's a little bit better. Now I want to decide how many layers I'm going to get out of this. And we could cut it just in half, but that's a little bit too easy and not enough practice. So what I want to do is I want to divide it into 3. So I'm just going to, with my knife, eyeball it and make a little mark. Once I'm happy with it, I want to keep my knife in that spot, and I just want to basically draw a line around the outside. So keeping your knife nice and parallel to the cake wheel, and you can see I'm not really cutting very much. I'm just drawing a line around, because what I want to do is see if I can match up with it on the other side. And so once I get all the way around, and I've lined up again with where I started, then without taking my knife ever out of the cake, I'm going to draw the knife back a little bit and turn the cake wheel into it. And draw the knife back a little bit and turn the cake wheel into it. Back and in, back and in. And I'm just going to keep doing that until that layer becomes free. And there we go. My cake layer is completely free now. And I want to pop this layer just to the side. Now, with what I have left, I'm going to split it in half. So I'm going to do the same thing again. So start just by drawing a little line all the way around. And there, once you've met back up to the beginning, then you're going to push and pull. So pull the knife, push it into the cake wheel. Pull the knife, push it into the cake wheel. And it doesn't matter how many times it takes you to go around. This will create a nice even layer without any dips or divots. So just be patient, keep spinning until you're free. Now I can feel that mine's free. So I'm going to pop it down to the side. And then I have my last layer, and I'm going to pop that over to the side. And that's how we layer a cake.